Racism in the workplace.
Racism is defined as treating a person or group differently because of the colour of their skin, they speak a different language, or they have different religious beliefs. Racism is experienced by many in society.
The Race Relations Act of 1965 was the first legislation passed in the UK. Anti-discrimination is pivotal to the UK legal system, and we currently go off the Equality Act of 2010.
The psychology of racism. Fear. Fears that their security, importance, or control is being threatened. The need to belong, ironically motivated by the need to belong and love, as difficulty is experienced when forming interpersonal relationships. Projection. The hatred to others is what they fear within themselves. Racism and racist acts are learned attitudes. No one is born a racist.
The impact racism can have on an individual is immense. However, when faced with racism in a work setting, this can add pressure and stress to the job and also make one question who can be trusted to help show support in tackling the situation. Cumulative effect of racial discrimination on the mental health of ethnic minorities in the UK was a study in 2016 which aimed to examine the relationship between exposure to racial discrimination and change in mental health. What was found using a mental component summary was that ethnic minority people who reported repeated occurrences of racial discrimination had a reduction of 8 points in their NCS scores compared with their peers who didn't experience racial discrimination. The study also showed that mental health continued to decline even after racial discrimination had occurred, showing that it can have long-lasting negative effects.
Between 2010 and 2015, unemployment for ethnic minorities had increased by 49% in comparison to a 2% reduction for their white counterparts. In a Scottish survey, 38% of black and ethnic minorities experienced racism on application for jobs, and 61% of these said they did.
Step 1 of the intervention is to bring it to everyone's attention. The workplace should make everyone aware of the problem and talk about it openly so that everyone is comfortable. Step 2 is to work out what the issue is and why it is happening. The workplace should show no barriers to this. Money and time should be used to sort the problem. We would investigate what the general attitudes towards racism are and why they are like this. The workplace should show empathy towards the people that have been victim to racism. They should be reassured and show this will not be tolerated. There should be a form of safe space where everything is confidential and employees can talk about how they feel. Step 4 is to apply training and problem solving. There should be mandatory education during training for all workers where they learn employee code of conduct and policies regarding racism, as well as general leading by example from managers and CEOs. This should be supported by the government, who should be making sure these policies are in place and have guidelines on policies and mandatory anti-racism.